going to do a quick history lesson. This is really for the audience.
Okay.
So FedEx was founded actually in 1971 by American business pioneer Fred Smith. He got the idea from a term paper at Yale, but it wasn't until 1973 in April when the first flights took off from Memphis. So then, fast forward 50 years later to April of this year, you announced a pretty audacious plan. You're transforming the company. It currently, or it then operated as 3 different businesses: air delivery, ground delivery, trucking. You're going to combine them into one single company. That process is underway right now. Give us a sense, give us an update. How is that transformation going? And when you transform the operations, did you also have to transform the culture?
Well, Frank, since we're talking history, let me also give you a little bit of perspective here. At the turn of the century, FedEx, in the ground parcel business, we were at 10% market share, and our competition was at 80% market share. That was a 70-point gap. That's when we, with Fred, with this idea of operating independently to create a differentiated value proposition for our customers. It was simple: faster, cheaper. And metronomically, every single quarter for about 16 years, we took share. So that gap of 70 points is now single digits. This is probably one of the most unwritten stories in business. So talk about a transformation. That's our transformation. Now, what changed? We saw in 2016 that 90% of the future growth is going to come from e-commerce. Well, what does that mean? From an operations perspective, at that point, 75% of our stops were businesses, which means you have 2 trucks coming in, one delivering 10 packages, another one delivering 6 packages maybe, which is fine.
Right.
But what changed was e-commerce. Well, that means 75% of the stops became residential. That means now we have 2 trucks, one delivering 1 package, another one delivering the other package, and that doesn't work. So that's where, this is an evolution of our strategy as the business environment has changed. This was always the plan. And it was just the timing of it. We needed to get the technology to work, and we needed to make sure that we have the right facilities and so on. So that's where this transformation that we are going towards, what we call Network 2.0. And we will take our time to make sure we do this right and make sure we provide the best service to our customers. But I wanted you to have the context for which that we announced that transformation plan.
As a leader, how do you institute such dramatic change?
Well, I tell you what, it's just change is a constant FedEx. You talked about the culture. What we are doing is strengthening the FedEx culture. I mean, one of the things that does not change is the FedEx culture. We are very, very proud of it. Fred's one of the key contributions is create that people service profit culture at FedEx. And I can see far because I'm standing on the shoulder of a giant. And so what we are doing is strengthening the accountability pillar of that culture. It just basically says drive business results. And that's where the word drive or our transformation program came from. So we're, the team is doing a fantastic job. One of the great things that has happened in the last year is that despite the volumes being down, our operating profit went up. That's the first time in the history of FedEx that has happened. And I think the team has just done a phenomenal job of taking on this challenge. We decided a year ago that when we saw the volumes go, we were early to see it. And we decided that we're going to come out stronger than we went in, and that we're going to use this crisis as an opportunity to get significantly more efficient. So the team has done a really remarkable job. Again, we are focused on the things we can control, and the culture is very strong and very alive in FedEx.